Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss any of our updates. Today's video is huge, especially for anyone who receives Social Security benefits, whether it's Social Security Disability, SSDI, Supplemental Security Income, SSI, or the Standard Social Security Benefits, SSA. We're talking about one of the largest increases to Social Security payments in a long time, and let me tell you, this news will have a huge impact on your financial future. This week, President Biden made an announcement that's bound to impact the lives of millions of Americans who rely on these crucial financial lifelines. We're talking about a huge increase in the amount of money that Social Security beneficiaries will receive starting in 2025. If you thought Social Security payments were stagnant for the foreseeable future, think again. This is the most significant boost we've seen in years, and it's shaking things up in a big way. The decision comes after months of debate and negotiation on Capitol Hill, with intense pressure from advocacy groups, seniors organizations, and even politicians from both parties. After years of fighting for better cost of living adjustments, COLA, and an increase in payments to account for rising inflation, this is the kind of news that many Social Security recipients have been waiting for. But before we dive deeper into the details of this incredible increase, let's take a moment to break down what this actually means for you, the beneficiaries. We know the details matter and they can be a bit tricky, so let's go over them step by step. To put it simply, starting in 2025, Social Security payments will increase by a significant margin. This increase will apply to three main categories of Social Security recipients: SSA beneficiaries, SSI recipients, and SSDI beneficiaries. That's millions of people, each potentially seeing a substantial rise in the checks they receive each month. For example, the average monthly benefit is expected to rise by over $200 to $300 for most recipients. If you're currently receiving the maximum benefit, this could mean an additional $500 or more every month. So, whether you're on Social Security due to age, disability, or you're receiving supplemental security income, this is going to make a real difference in your financial situation. Imagine not having to worry as much about the increasing cost of living, or being able to afford things like prescription medications, utility bills, or even just the basics of food and housing. That's the power of this increase. Now, why is this happening? Why did President Biden approve such a huge increase to the Social Security payments now, and why is it coming at this particular time? Well, as you may know, Social Security has been facing serious financial challenges for some time now. Rising inflation, increasing healthcare costs, and a rapidly aging population have put significant pressure on the system. Many beneficiaries have been struggling to keep up with the rising costs of living, while Social Security payments have largely remained stagnant. This new approval for a substantial increase is being seen as a direct response to these issues. The Biden administration has been vocal about wanting to address the growing concerns of the millions of Americans who rely on these payments for survival. And with the 2024 election just around the corner, there's also an element of political strategy at play. Many politicians are recognizing the need to improve the financial security of vulnerable populations, especially those who are dependent on Social Security for their day-to-day needs. Social Security was never intended to be someone's sole source of income, but for many it is. And in recent years, due to inflation, healthcare costs, and other financial pressures, Social Security checks have often fallen short of keeping up with the cost of living. This increase is an attempt to catch up with those rising costs and to provide more security for beneficiaries. So let's break down what this means for each group. For SSA beneficiaries, those who are retired and receiving Social Security based on age, the impact will be immediately noticeable. The increase will likely push your monthly checks significantly higher, making it easier to cope with inflation and increased living expenses. In fact, some estimates suggest a 6% to 8% increase in payments, depending on your specific benefits. For someone who's already living on a fixed income, this could provide much-needed financial relief. For SSI recipients, who often rely on a small amount of monthly income due to financial constraints or disability, this is especially important. Many SSI beneficiaries live below the poverty line, and this increase could substantially raise their purchasing power. This means more freedom to pay for essentials like food, transportation, or medical care. The increase could help ease the burden of rising costs and allow beneficiaries to better afford basic necessities that many of us take for granted. Now, for SSDI beneficiaries, people who are receiving benefits due to a disability that prevents them from working, this increase could be life-changing. SSDI payments are often the primary income for those who are disabled and unable to maintain full-time employment. With the increase, these individuals can expect a larger cushion against inflation, which is crucial as healthcare costs and other living expenses continue to rise. For many, this increase will help bridge the gap between what they receive in benefits and what it actually costs to live a basic, dignified life. This news comes as a major relief for those who have felt ignored in previous years, especially as the gap between the cost of living and Social Security payments grew ever wider. Many SSDI beneficiaries, for example, often struggle to make ends meet, and this increase could go a long way in providing some financial peace of mind. This may even allow some people to re-enter the workforce part-time without fear of losing their benefits or falling further into poverty. This is an opportunity for real change and for many, the first significant improvement in their financial situation in years. And here's the thing: this increase isn't just a one-time thing. The proposal is designed to adjust regularly, meaning that future increases could happen depending on the economic landscape and the cost of living in the years to come. This is a massive step in stabilizing Social Security benefits for the long haul. Rather than waiting for sporadic increases every few years, we may see a more proactive approach where adjustments are made annually to keep pace with inflation. This could set a new standard for how we approach Social Security and ensure that beneficiaries aren't left behind as the economy changes. Now, I know what some of you might be wondering: how is this huge increase possible without bankrupting the Social Security Trust Fund? That's a fair question, and I'm glad you asked. Well, the Social Security Trust Fund is a bit more complicated than it might seem. While it's true that the fund has been under strain due to an aging population and increased benefits payouts, the Biden administration has promised to take steps to make sure the system remains solvent. That includes potential reforms in how funds are allocated, and possibly introducing new revenue sources through taxes on high earners. At the same time, experts believe that with the economy recovering from the COVID-19 pandemic and unemployment rates dropping, more people are paying into the Social Security system. This helps keep the fund stable, even as payments increase. There is also the possibility of raising the payroll tax cap or making other adjustments to ensure the program stays viable for future generations. While this will likely require some tough decisions in the coming years, the increased payments now could give beneficiaries the breathing room they need while the government works to address the long-term stability of Social Security. So, now that you know about the upcoming increase, you might be wondering how to make sure you're getting the most out of this change. Here's how you can prepare. First, make sure your contact information with the Social Security Administration is up to date. If you've changed your address, phone number, or bank account information, you want to ensure that you don't miss out on any important updates regarding your benefits. Updating your information is a simple step that can make a huge difference in making sure you receive your new, higher payments without any delays. Second, keep a close eye on your payments. The SSA often sends out annual notices of increase, so watch for official communication regarding the new amounts. Make sure your new payment is correct and reflects the approved increase. If you spot any discrepancies, you can reach out to the SSA for clarification. It's always good to stay proactive and on top of any changes that might impact your benefits. Lastly, it might be a good idea to review your budget and financial plan. While this increase is certainly a welcome relief, you want to be sure you're using it wisely. Consider using any additional funds to pay down debt, save for emergencies, or invest in your healthcare, especially if you have ongoing medical expenses. Budgeting your new payments wisely could give you the financial freedom you need to not just survive but thrive. This news is truly monumental, and for many of you, it's a glimmer of hope that things are moving in the right direction. A huge thank you to President Biden and lawmakers for finally addressing the needs of Social Security beneficiaries with such a substantial increase. So, what do you think about this massive increase in Social Security payments? Will it make a difference for you or someone you know? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video if you think this is a step in the right direction for Social Security reform. That's all for today's breaking news update, folks. Be sure to subscribe, share this video with your friends, and stay tuned for more important updates. Until next time, take care and stay financially smart.